Hey y'all, what's up? I am here at Rare Breed Boots and Jeans, and I'm with. Hey, first of all, let me ask you, ladies, what do they need to subscribe to?
Simply the Ballhead Truth.
Yes, ma'am. Come on and tell the people what y'all got going on.
Hey guys, I'm Nikki Starr with LOS, Ladies with Sapphire Social Club. Okay, we have a Galentine's brunch going on for all the ladies in the DFW. You're more than welcome to come out. It's going to be on February the 19th from 1 to 3 p.m. in Arlington at the Biscuit Bar. Come out, do a gift exchange fellowship with us. Also, we have a Super Bowl raffle going on, and the winners will be announced on Monday for Promo Queen Live Talk. So tune in, get your tickets, look us up on Facebook, look us up on Instagram, Ladies with Sapphire Social Club. Thank you.
Hey, tell them one more time who y'all are.
LOS.
Thank you.
She bad, 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 she bad. Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Fendi bag, Prada bag, Louis bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Birkin bag. She in a bag, she drip, she swag, never mad, she glad.
Hey y'all, what's going on? I am the Ballhead Truth, and welcome to another episode of Red Couch Conversations. Y'all, I am so excited because my old road dog, the one of the founders of Red Couch Conversation, has decided to come back and grace me with her presence. I'm so happy to that you came. I am so happy that you came. And look, we got the applause. You can't hear it in here, but it is an applause. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, y'all, I want y'all to I want to introduce to some of you and present to others TaKoradi, my girl.
Hey,
y'all. And listen, Breezy, I might need you to, it blinked out for a second, I don't know, but anyway, okay. And the next person over here at the end, I think it's like low internet service because it's like it got the little internet thing on there.
It's buffering. We still good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's
hey, it is what it is. But anyway, and then listen, y'all, I want to also I'm bringing it back because he is one of the reasons why we had a topic that we have today. My homeboy KG, what's up? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Boy, KG.
Y'all make sure y'all catch him on Too Hard to Swallow with his co-host, Motorho, that be on the show. That's KG. So, all right, y'all. Yeah. So, first of all, y'all, it is Black History Month, y'all.
Shout out to Black History.
And I'm telling y'all, I don't even know why, but this year I feel like Black History Month is going to be like so much different than it has been in previous years. Like, I have been seeing a lot more people participate in it. It's like a pride that's going on. That's now, I don't know what it is, but it's just something about this year that I just feel like it's going to be really special. Black History Month. I've been seeing more people posting about Black History Month. I've been seeing more people being creative about Black History Month. But I want to say to y'all right now, happy Black History Month, y'all. Yes. So listen, I wanted to give y'all a little bit of information. I wanted to highlight somebody that was for Black History Month. And so I had went on to the internet, the old trusty internet.
Went on the Googlers?
Yes. And one of the it's like so what I looked at was the top 10 inventions that was made by Black people.
Okay.
And some
call it out for the people.
Right. So the top 10 inventions that was made by Black people was the mailbox, which I had no idea. Okay, the traffic light, the automatic gear shift.
Yep.
So they went from being, a stick shift.
I didn't know that was made by Black.
Yes.
Okay.
And the clothes dryer, automatic elevator doors.
I knew that.
Now, I did not know that. So, mind you, I did a little bit of reading on that, and the reason why he did the automatic elevator doors because the man who invented them invented it because his daughter fell down an elevator shaft.
Mm.
So he invented the automatic elevator door.
So
The folding chairs, which I knew that was it was
I didn't know
invented.
that.
peanut butter.
The gap. I'm doing mine.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. She
See what I'm saying? How he come on people's show and just take over.
She was reading.
Right. Mute his mic. Okay.
Right. We just said
All right.
Like
The gas heating furnace,
Okay.
the golf tee, the modern day toilet was I didn't know that,
Okay.
and the home security system. The
A
home
woman.
security,
That was
yes.
a woman.
Yes, it was by Mary Van Britton Brown. Her and her husband, they invented that because they were living in Queens, New York, and it was high, crime area.
Yeah.
So they had invented. They put a system together. It was like 3 peepholes or whatever, and yeah, it was.
And look at that. Those CRT haters out there. Critical race theory people that should be learning about.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Look,
We contributed.
Right. We definitely contributed.
Your modern conveniences that you have in your billion-dollar homes, the elevator with the automatic door, you got blackness in you. Watch it.
Exactly.
You got blackness.
Exactly.
Blackness.
Yes.
Your refrigerated food that come up to your door, because I think that was created by a black man. Refrigeration, that's
Yes, black people.
black people.
And you know what? One of the things that I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go off topic for a minute, but I'm gonna bring it right back. One of the things that I really hate about this Tyree Nichols situation is that it gives white people an opportunity to say that's black on black crime. Now, where's the marches? Where's the protests and all that type of stuff? I have to tell people over and over again, outside of this Tyree Nichols situation, when you see a lot of black on black crime, people tend to kill within the environment that they live in. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, when you see the difference between black on black crime and white on black crime is that these people are not killing black people because they're black. Right. They are killing them because that's who they're around. They have some kind of incident with them or something like that. They are not killing people because they are black.
But there is that. So I think we need to reclaim that narrative, because you never hear them say white on white crime.
Right.
You never hear them say Asian on Asian crime.
And it just happened in LA.
And so let's be very clear about something. What is the most dangerous state in the United States to live in? Who has the highest murder rate in the United States? The state. Tennessee. Alaska.
Really?
Yes. See, now think about that. How many black people you think living in Alaska?
And
why is that? Well, because half of Alaska spends this time, right? Like it has that where daytime is 24 hours, nighttime, so they don't get that. So there's a lot of crime in that.
Yes.
So while you would say to a white person, what is the most dangerous state? They'll be like, Chicago. Hello, idiot. Chicago isn't a state.
It's a city.
That's a city.
Yeah.
The most dangerous state is Alaska.
It's the mic is over your face.
Oh.
I need you to bring it down.
So it doesn't. Yeah. So that's not a real thing. Black on black crime.
Yeah, I hate
you're
that.
Saying.
I hate
people live. You unfortunately get into it with the people you live around, but. It's white on white too. It's all of that happening.
Yes,
right.
It
the
is.
Asian that shot
the Asian just shot. Yeah, that just happened.
So
yeah,
let's reclaim that and stop letting them tell us that it's white on black crime. Because there ain't that many black people out there.
Yeah, I would love to find out what the population of black people is in Alaska. Yeah, I would have never guessed that either.
You said state, because you got to keep in mind. They have polar bears. They have wolves.
It's the most dangerous state in the United States.
What? Wait a minute, you done lost me now.
I'm saying as far as being dangerous.
But I'm talking crime. Yeah. It has the highest crime rate. Look it up. Yeah, I'm talking crime, not because you go off and you mess around with nature. I'm talking crime.
Like,
yeah.
People.
Yeah, and they want to blame Chicago. Chicago is not a state.
Yeah.
It's a city.
Right.
Right. They want to call it Detroit. Detroit is not a state. It's a city.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Here he go with this again, y'all.
Little D. I'm not.
Here he go with this
Y'all
again.
know I'm probably from the FLINT, so I'm gonna move on from that.
Yeah.
But that is them. We gotta reclaim them stories and start letting them tell us.
Yeah.
We are the most dangerous people when in reality, what's going on up there?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this though. They always, and this, I don't want it to make it seem like we're going after, because I want my audience to be broad, and we're not going after any particular race, but they sometimes go after us like that. But the thing about it is that we may have black on black crime. Don't get me wrong. But we are not a malicious race like they are. Man, no, like some of the crimes that they have committed through history has been like just so barbaric and just evil driven. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking at a document. I don't know if it was a documentary that I was looking at, because I watched so many different things this past week because I was snowed in or whatever. Kimberly said that 3.6% of blacks is in Alaska.
Oh,
okay. Very, yes, Alaska, very slow. I mean, very small.
Yeah, it's
percentage.
Not a big percentage.
Thank you, Kim, for that information.
Thank you, Kim, and it is one of the most dangerous states overall.
Yeah,
but you don't hear them talking about.
But it's like we were saying like, I mean, I was watching this. It was a like, you know how you look at TikTok and stuff like that. One of those little reels. And they were saying like this guy was on there and he was like getting this dude together, like telling him like, you know, they want to say that Columbus discovered America. He was like, first of all, the indigenous people, Native American were already here. But he was like, do you think for 1 minute that the Caribbean was right there and no people came across?
Exactly.
Like, so
the Caribbean,
it's like right there. And you mean to tell me that nobody came across? Y'all came from way across to another part of another part of the world, and y'all want to say that y'all discovered
they got
something?
Lost. The whole point was he wasn't headed here.
And absolutely.
He must have got lost and ended up here. Right, and then put the Plymouth Rock on the people that was
Alaska crime per is 30.89 out of 1,000.
Yeah. It's not, the point of bringing that up is we got to change that. Stop letting them paint that narrative.
Yeah,
we got to stop that. Done. Moving on. Come up with something different, because you people are dangerous too.
Okay, so now what's your
Okay, so here's my topic, and you know I geek out on some of this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't see us talking about this enough, but do we realize that before the Supreme Court of the United States is a case on affirmative action? Do we understand that the Supreme Court is now about to go after affirmative action?
Wow.
Right. So right now the case before the Supreme Court is all around schooling and college acceptance and affirmative action. Mm-hmm. And so there's these cases they're trying to say that it makes no sense in education wise, right, to have a race designation. Everybody should be able to get on in just on their merits.
No.
Now, first of all, do we all know which demographic group most benefits from affirmative action right now in America?
No.
White women.
Wow.
Yes, they are the ones who have received the biggest benefit from affirmative action. They're also the ones on the front line saying, get rid of it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But I was looking up for today, and there was a affirmative action bake sale at Clemson University. This white group put on a bake sale, and they priced the items based on the race.
Are you fucking serious?
What?
Yes,
wait a minute.
Yes, y'all. And they're part of the group that is saying that they shouldn't have any race and acceptance, right? Because these white women that's posted on the picture feel like it shouldn't be any race, but you're the ones that's benefited from it the most.
Wow. Wow.
You are the group that's highly benefiting from it. So I don't hear us talking about it enough because listen, they already done went after what you can do with your body as a woman. They coming after gay marriage. We know Clarence Thomas coming after everything, and affirmative action is on the ballot, y'all. It's up there.
And
Clarence Thomas, the hoe whose wife chartered the bus for the
immigrants that they dropped off. If y'all don't know about that,
he feel like they should go back and revisit everything now that they broke through with abortion. So everything is on the table, and we gotta wake up.
And I'm telling you, one of the things that you guys have to know that you have to get out and vote, and you have to know who your local politicians are, who your state representatives are, because they are your voice. So when they are down on the Senate floor and in the House jumping up talking about I vote for Donald Trump, then they could be using their voice to say something.
To that, though. You know, a lot of people don't even know who their representatives and
ain't that crazy?
That's crazy.
I mean,
because it's honestly a lot of times, I know they used to say it in Michigan, and I'm sure it's probably everywhere else. A lot of times the state representative vote is like a popularity. You check the boxes of who you most are most familiar
you haven't
with.
Haven't looked at their track record.
Yes.
And we as a people collectively, we're horrible at holding our elected leaders responsible.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we're quick to down them if we don't feel like, they haven't done enough for us. Right? I'm like, I don't know. We are a mixed group, but I listen, y'all, affirmative action, that on college campus, these kids believe that the reason, like they look at someone like me and you, right? They can't be as smart as us. They had to get here because of affirmative action.
Wow. I wouldn't give a damn.
Which, right, it don't matter to me.
Yeah.
I'm here now. I'm about to get what I get because I'm here.
Yeah.
But what may be even more hurtful for them to know is that some of them kids probably would still get picked without affirmative action.
Right.
Because some of our soror just graduated. She's the youngest
attorney.
Yes. At 19, she went her. Wow. She walked with her law degree.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and you would tell her that affirmative action got her, and I would tell you, no, I'm pretty sure you take her papers off, and that's my thing, Sans. That's what's happening, y'all. Get into it.
Yeah, and that was really good. I really appreciate you bringing that because I begin so frustrated watching the news, and like you said, every time you turn on, it's really bad. But then at the same time, we're missing some of the things that it's almost like how they used to say back in the day: if you want to hide vital information, you put it in a book. Yeah. You know,
because people won't read it.
Yeah, niggas won't read it.
Right. Okay. Okay.
We won't read it.
So look, I know I asked you to come on at the last minute, but do you have anything that you want to share for any black news that you want to share?
Well, speaking on what we just talked about, like I said, the local news I don't really participate. I basically go to the NPR, National Public Radio, and get the real unbiased version of what's actually going on in the world before I formulate an opinion. But we got the deck pretty much stacked against us, and and everybody's fighting their own difficult battles. But we have to stand fast and, face the challenge, whatever it may be. You have to face it head on, because if you don't deal with it at this point, then that means somebody that's coming up behind you is going to have to deal with it.
Exactly. Now that's the truth.
Yeah.
So and it's like they care. As the generations go on, they care less and less about what's going on in the actual world when it comes to voting. It's going to be a lot of shit that just go up under their nose because they're not aware of what's going on.
Wake up and they're going to be back at Make America Great Again. And we all know that those years they're talking about is somewhere behind 1940 to like 1970 when it was okay to hang us from trees.
Because look at it, they can't even, they govern over our bodies. They not allowing, like, that's like, to me, that was like 10 steps back in history.
That was very much so.
Yeah.
And listen, we also know if little Becky got raped and pregnant, that they gonna get that taken care of, where if little Lakeisha got raped and pregnant, she should keep it.
Yeah.
So the systematic racism in it that we see, that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's just inherent in how they move. But look at Ron DeSantis down in Florida.
So speaking of Ron DeSantis, okay, and then after that we're gonna go back on. We're gonna get on a lighter note. But speaking of Ron DeSantis, do you see he's in hot water right now? They have all these different allegations that's coming up against him. Did you see when they talked about him dressing in drag, and they have pictures of him dressing in drag?
What? No!
Yes, they have. It's a lot of stuff going
No,
on.
I was talking about him suppressing that AP course.
No,
and his whole attack on teaching Black history. But listen,
yeah, Ron DeSantis is in. He is all over.
Well, they say he just Trump with an education.
Yeah,
he just Trump with an education. So y'all listen, pay attention.
Yeah, it's a lot. I wish I had been prepared for it, but one of the biggest things right now is they talking about about how he dressed in drag and all that stuff. They care.
Why is that a problem though?
They care too much about the moment of what's in it for me, not realizing everything that's in it for you. I hear you.
I think it's nothing wrong with it. It's not that it's something wrong with it. It's that they go out in public and do all of this grandstanding about what you can't do, and we're Christians and we're not supposed to, right? And then behind the scenes,
it's another conversation.
Well, a different story. Like, hey, I'm sorry, who are you again? Right? So it's kind of like when you took your hat off and you reintroduced yourself.
Okay.
Okay, y'all. Hey, y'all. So listen, y'all. We were in here getting ready for the podcast, and KG had his hat on, and they introduced themselves to one another, and so she came over here and was talking to me and was like, "Look at this way," and then when she turned back the other way and see him with all that gray hair, y'all. She was like, I mean, how old are you? Like,
I'm sorry.
Hey, that was so funny.
No offense.
Listen.
But look, okay, y'all, we gonna go on to something else.
To lighter note. But listen, get educated, people. Get into it.
Absolutely. So look, another thing that y'all need to know, one of the great things that Black people accomplished was getting Netflix to retract.
Listen. Netflix rolled back. Y'all know that they was set with this big thing, that whole sharing of accounts.
Yeah.
And so they were going to start tracking it by zip code. It's going to be looking at your IP to see where
if you log in. So everybody, mind you, let me say this. People were going to be affected by this, because y'all know, as Black people, we share Netflix accounts. I've seen it on Facebook before, and it says, I say, I got Hulu. What you got? If you got Netflix, let me log into it. And at this point, I have Netflix. I have Peacock.
Everything.
I got DirecTV. I have Stars. I have everything. And we take me and my cousins, I have Zeus. I be watching the Smart TV. But yes, I do. I watch the Christian Wall, and I have the baddies and all of that stuff. I watch all of that stuff. Right? Look. So anyway, y'all, let me put y'all up on it. So Netflix had came out, and they were saying that they were not going to allow people to share passwords, and it was an outrage. Everybody was so mad about it and everything. So now they are retracking their thing. They said, "Oh, we wasn't talking to y'all.
We're talking to the US."
Right? It's only in all these little small countries and Caribbean countries and all that. So that is a win for Black people during Black History Month. I feel like that was directed completely toward us. Okay,
that was us, y'all. So
yes.
If you were sharing your Netflix, share on.
Yes.
March will mean no interruption for you.
Right, because
I have room on accounts if you got things to trade.
I'm telling you, because the password sharing thing is serious. My sister called me last night, like, how many devices do you got signed on to DirecTV? I'm like, whoa, hold up, shorty. I'm like, let me go call. I'm like, let me go turn my tablet off. So I went and turned my tablet off, and immediately she was like, okay, I'm on now. Because I had it. I was sharing it from my phone, but I must have started watching on my tablet. You can only sign on to like 3 devices at a time.
That's what it is with Sling. Like, you can share your Sling account, but you can only have so many going at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
I got room on Sling. If you got room on Xbox, my mama should be free.
Yeah, so right. So y'all, that was like, I feel like, that was an accomplishment for everybody, but especially for Black people. So thank you, Netflix. I love you.
Yes, that was hilarious. They
Yes.
took that away. So there we go.
All right, and so now let's get into the conversation. So y'all, I was watching, like I said, KG is from a podcast that comes out of the studio, Too Hard to Swallow, and too hard to swallow. And part of the top, one of the topics, you may have been guest appearing on somebody else's show. I'm not
No, that was our show.
That was your show?
Yeah.
So one of the things that they were talking about on the show was KG. Can I tell the backstory on it?
Yeah, no, actually it was Breezy's show.
It was okay, yeah, it was Breezy's show. So on the show,
Expectations and
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So KG is previously married. He's divorced.
Correct.
And one of the things that he said, that they were like, so what happened? How'd you feel? What made your marriage fail or whatever? And so he said that it was because her finances was fucked up.
It wasn't just the finances, it was the secrets.
The secrets.
Yeah.
Like he didn't know that she had bad credit.
Right.
You didn't know a lot of the stuff that you didn't know until when y'all went to go buy a house. Like, you found out a lot of the bad things. So that brought me to the topic of, could you date somebody if you knew that they was making substantially less than you?
Not even that. Poor choices. Let's say poor choices.
Okay, that is a big part of the question.
Okay.
Could you date somebody that made substantially less than you? And could you also date somebody that you can tell by things that's going on in their life, such as credit and stuff like that, have made poor choices, Right. Because that once you marry somebody, their issues become your issues. Like,
Agreed.
Right. So anyway, go ahead. So who want to go first?
Okay. I'll answer the questions. So substantially less than me, no, because I don't believe in struggle love at 47. So we got to be able, if I'm going to partner with someone, I want to be able to live at the level I live now or better. I think that's only fair, right? I'm not saying we got to be outside hour, but we got to be where I got to be able to live like I am by myself. Okay.
Right. Or better.
Or better. We should be going up. So that I agree. Now, the bad choices thing, I don't know, because we don't sometimes teach our kids about finances. And so some people just don't know. Like, example, when I really learned the credit game, I had never been taught that. I didn't learn the credit game until my late 30s.
Right.
So I immediately passed it on to my brother. He had no clue.
And I passed it on to my sister. Let me say this, though, and tell me if you agree.
Okay.
I think it's different when you have, as a woman, when dealing with bad choices. Now, me, myself, I could date someone that make less money than me. I could. Because the way I was...
Because you respect them?
Yes. I don't have...
Would you let them lead you?
Listen, this is what I'm saying.
Right, goddamn it.
Okay,
right.
but this is what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say. It's different for a woman. Because as a woman, you have to allow this person to be the head of your household. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different for us. But I feel like my mom made more money than my dad, from her job working at General Motors and my dad working at Chrysler. They both worked in the automotive industry. But my mother made more money than my father.
Was it significantly more?
Well, I don't know. I just said that. I just remember my mom saying when I was growing up that I make more money than your father, and he never let that affect our relationship. She was like, because some men.
Now we're talking $5,000-$10,000. That's not.
That's a bit.
Yeah. But so
we're
just
talking
say for instance,
between $50,000 to $60,000 more. That's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because and just to elaborate on that a little bit, and everybody call me the conspiracy brother, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? This is set up by design. I mean, there's a reason why they offered to pay your mom more, and they could have had the same exact job, but they offered.
My mom had more. I mean, my dad had more time on his job than my mom.
Who had the most education?
My mom.
See, and that's the factor, because like when I was growing up, you know, I used to hear my grandmother talking to my uncles and my aunties about story. They would go apply for jobs and they tell them, "Oh, you don't have enough work experience. Oh, you don't have enough education." So as a kid, I decided that, you know, I didn't want to give them the opportunity to tell me no because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I took it upon myself to make sure I was educated as best I could.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't tell me that I wasn't educated enough. And after graduating from high school, I went on to college and tried to get an internship so they couldn't tell me I didn't have enough experience.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still their game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So Ava said financial literacy is a learned behavior at this age, meaning how old we are right now.
Right.
No, she could not be with somebody that wasn't financial literate at 25, which okay,
Right.
from 25 to 35 years, yes. So Hattie said I would say yes. If I'm happy and we aren't struggling, bad credit, foreclosure, charge-offs, no. No credit, no, yes. So my thing is, like I said, now I am 46 years old, right? Yeah. I'm 46 years. I be forgetting y'all. I be forgetting how old I am after a certain age. It don't even matter no more.
Right.
But the thing, it ain't. But you know what? It don't even make no difference now how old you are. Once you get past 18, 21, and 30, right, that's the most, in 55. So I know that I'm a long way. I start keeping track when I'm like 53, 54, because I know that, you know, I got something to look forward to at 55. But I just started learning about credit. And my sister is older than me. She's 8 years older than me. And I was helping her get her credit together because, first of all, we was raised in a household that my dad felt like cash was king. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's his era.
So, because my dad he lived like, I'm not about to owe the white man. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to my business. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Now listen, I got one caveat. Right, I could deal with bad choices because I've made some financially. I'm not where I should be stable. But if you come to me and you owe to the I, the IRA, or the S, I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah.
I'm not, because they can take you to jail.
Yeah, they can.
Say, I'm not messing with now. You can owe some credit cards, right? You can have a repossession. I probably want financial card, but you can. But you owe the IRS, I'm straight. And you ain't filed your taxes, I'm straight.
My sister says I make more money than my husband, but he is a better saver than me, and I am not. I shop till the wheels fall off.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You do.
So I'm gonna tell you this, she's definitely a shopper.
She's a shopper.
But I feel like this: if you meet somebody, but it's hard to say it at this age because we are talking like
how long
people
Felicia been married? How long Felicia been married?
She has been. I don't know.
Felicia, y'all like 10 years better?
Yeah, I think they 10 years
better.
But I'm talking about it.
But it ain't substantial.
I'm talking about at the beginning of when you know, like, we were talking about dating with a purpose and dating with expectations is where it came up at. So we're talking about at the beginning of the relationship, you know that you have a significant amount of debt. Should you disclose that while dating? Or do you wait till after you get married to disclose, I got $60,000 worth of credit card debt for buying
you should know before. I think
and so that was part of the reason why I came up with this conversation, because I was in the comments like, how do you not know?
People don't want to talk about this shit.
But did you not ask questions?
I didn't know to ask those questions.
But listen, this is what I want to know.
This is what I'm saying about me.
So you thought she was getting everything. Okay.
Yeah, I thought I was getting everything about her.
When you are doing something as serious as marriage, because one of your things is you saying, well, we were young and I didn't ask those questions or whatever, but like, I feel like if you were mature enough to get married, don't you think that you should have been asking those mature ass questions?
Here's a different question. Were you mature enough to get married? Maybe that's
a fair question. That's a fair question. Let me give you a scenario. Okay, I was 24 years old coming out of college, and I decided I wanted to start my life. And I decided I wanted to have a wife. I decided I didn't want my children to be a bastard like I was.
Okay.
So I wanted.
She got pregnant. Y'all had a baby.
No, that is the reason why we got married. I'm giving you the background as to where I was at mentally.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when I met this woman, she was very attractive. She was very productive. She had a good job. She was an accountant. You know, making decent money.
Oh, they the worst money.
And then, you know, so we dated for a while, you know, and then I was pledged in the frat, Omega Psi Phi. I was getting ready to disembark to the military for basic training. Okay. So, you know, all this was going on. So I'm dating her. I'm pledging the frat. I'm getting prepared to go into the military. So this is what's all going on.
Trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, and you know, so my plan was she already had a kid. Let me put that in there. That's my disclaimer. She already had a child. And I wonder sometimes if that's where I made my mistake by dealing with somebody else's issues. But that's neither here nor there. So when we got married, you know, then that's when I find out that she had, you know, because she knew about my college debt. You know, I had debt too. But she knew about it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's the reason why I was going into the military, to pay that back, you know, to get it off our back so we could get set up to begin to live our lives and build together. Not knowing that this motherfucker had $60,000 worth of retail debt. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Like from shopping.
From shopping?
Yeah.
Her name Felicia.
No.
That sounds like my sister. But she old though. She old.
She said 8 years.
They've been together for 8 years.
Yeah, and Felicia been knowing him for a long time too. They had y'all grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, so he
I thought she had knew him from when y'all was young. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So, you know, so that was the situation. So when we got to the point where we, you know, of course we were trying to build our credit to qualify for a home purchase. That's when I find out. That's when I find out.
Was she paying on it at that point?
I mean, the minimum. Yeah, you know, you got $3,000 and you paying $25 a month. Shit, you know, you ain't paying interest. You know what I'm saying? So we sitting down in front of the realtor.
But if you don't know, if you don't have wait.
Yeah, she just because that was a major hurdle. You know what I'm saying? Because it was one thing to deal with educational loans and child care, bills. And, that's one thing. But then to have, just for going to Zales and going to Macy's and Dillard's and Sears and J.C. Penney's, you got $60,000. You know what I'm saying? And you still buying shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a mentality.
Well, I can tell you one thing. If nothing else, that motherfucker probably could dress because
she was a very nice dresser.
Right. She had to be fly, my God, in retail, and because when I didn't know this when I was watching the show. I was just thinking that it was like, like car.
No, that wasn't including the car because that was and we both had new cars. She had a new. Back then, they had Nissan 200. I don't know if y'all remember those. S6, and I had a Mazda 626. We both purchased brand new cars, so it wasn't even about the cars. It was about this.
It didn't come up when she had the car.
It didn't come up, but it did not come up until we were sitting down across the desk from the realtor trying to find a home. Is when I found out. So when he, it's just like he told me something about my wife that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? So made me feel like, who is this person? You know what I'm saying? Because they found out before I found out. You know what I'm saying? So it was like
that's how I was watching it. I'm telling you, that's why I was like, right. That's a lot of. And then the thing about it is that then, like, just say for instance that her debt now becomes your debt.
Automatically,
you can't move ahead with that.
Exactly. So
20, and you got 60,000. Like, it's different if you had it and you're paying. Like, I'm chugging,
and you got the money,
and I'm chugging away and getting it down, and I'm not making more.
Right.
I've cut off. I know I can't make more.
Well, this her. So that's the next question to ask. Was she living like she had bills like that? Like, did you?
No. When we were dating, she was living at home with her mom, so she didn't have any rent. She didn't have any overhead other than the phone bill. Back then, that's when the cell phones first came out. So her phone bill was the only bill she had. And she had a little boy. Those were our only bills beside the vehicle.
That's so
she was
scary.
It was. I mean,
it made me want to think like, damn, what do I need to do? Like, am I doing everything? Because I pay my bills. Like, I be robbing. I be taking money over here, and no, I'm not. But
That's
like when you say I'm not $60,000 in debt, like I'm not $60,000 in debt, period. But I don't like I am in debt with a lot of things,
Sure.
but it's because I'm paying like on my land, you know,
Right.
that debt is hanging
Well,
over my,
that's
you know,
different. This is different.
Yeah, that's different. That
You know what I'm saying?
retail debt
we
is
can
like
sell
big.
that and-
Yeah,
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Right.
You know,
And I
I'm gonna tell you
appreciate
this,
it.
y'all.
It's an
One-
asset.
I'ma tell
That's
y'all
an
this.
asset. Yeah, you got an asset.
I'm gonna tell y'all this though. One of the I am really, really afraid of debt. Like
Me too.
I'm so afraid of debt that even today, y'all, I was walking into my apartment and I had to, cause I'm like, man, it just like these bills sometimes get me kind of depressed. You know what I'm saying? So I had to tell myself like, my land is an asset. If I have to get rid of it, hopefully I would never have to because I put down a big down payment on
Where is it at?
It's in South Carolina.
You ever thought about living on it?
Yes, that's my retirement goal because my retirement goal because of how I am now because I'm an independent contractor. But my goal is to retire debt free.
Right.
So
and that's an asset. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? It's not the same thing.
And I
as,
bought and the thing, a meat coder,
like a Michael Kors
yeah,
suit or Michael Kors
right.
purse.
That's appreciated.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that, and not only that, like I wasn't taught that. I am like first generation. In my immediate family, I would say first generation landowner. So I wasn't taught those type of things. So I had to be coached into different things, you know, like because even when I went to the closing on my land, I was like, oh my God, because I was giving my life savings, you know what I'm saying? So the guy was like, listen, he was like, you don't want to do it, you ain't got to. He was like, because when I had my money in the bank, I was chipping on it. And I was listening to a financial advisor when I was driving here, and one of the things that they said, this guy said he said today, I got $24 million put in my account today.
Yeah, but I said,
the guy who was on his show.
right.
He said, and if I let it sit there, he was like, it's burning away. He's like, it's slowly burning.
Right.
He was like, when you are at a certain age, yes, if you at an age where you can lose it all and get it back, he was like, that is when you have to invest your money. Because if not, you just pinching off it. And that was the thing about it with me. I had money in the bank, but I was pinching off of it, and that shit was going fast.
It does.
And if it's sitting in the bank, they putting it in. They getting a higher return.
Yeah, they making money off of it.
They making money off of it.
Yeah, Ava said I would have ripped the whole damn closet out.
I mean, it wasn't even about, we talking about all the little shit. We were kids. She was 22, I was 24.
Yeah.
$60,000 at 22?
Yeah.
Oh, child, what's she doing now? Do you keep up with her?
She had a baby. She had a baby strap. She was one of the girls that got pregnant at the prom. You know what I'm saying? Had a baby. I mean, hey, it is what it is. She had a baby straight out of high school.
Do you keep up with her now?
I really don't. We have a child together, but I don't keep up with her.
As far as you know, is she doing okay?
She's still in the same house. She recently just got remarried, and that's all I know.
And the dude moved in with her?
I think so.
Did she have to pay that $60,000?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You had to help with that?
That's how she qualified for the house, yeah. Because she couldn't even apply for the house when we first got married. It wasn't until she divorced me that she was eligible to qualify for a home on her own. So that's how it happened. I mean, it's no, but that goes back to, us beating up on each other, you know what I'm saying, as black men and black women, because, I did it for the love, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we didn't have shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm graduating from college. I had like $42,000 in debt. That's why I was taking my ass in the military, pay that shit back. You know what I'm saying? But I had no clue about what the fuck she was working with until we sat down at a really talk.
So now let me ask you a question. So now how does that change you? What are the different things that when you are dating a woman, what are the things that you look for?
I'm glad you asked that. First of all, like I said, you got to be able to body your own weight. And what I mean by that is, if I'm dating a woman, you got to show me that you can take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you come into a dating situation or a relationship struggling, your car needs to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? You need to go to the hospital every motherfucking week. you know, your kids need help at the daycare. You know, you got all these issues. Your phone is broken up. You can't even see who calling on your phone. So you need a phone. You know what I'm saying? You need a little something to help you make it on the light bill. If you come into a situation with me like that, then that's a red flag for me, because I think it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves before we start trying to date up.
I totally agree. And let me tell you this, because the times that we living in now, these dudes is not afraid to ask you for something. It's like, I remember back in the day when my parents, or I ain't gonna say when my parents was coming along, but it is when my parents was coming along. When I was younger, a man wanted to show you that he was responsible enough to be the head of household. He wanted to show you that he could take care of you, you know, doing the little nice things, the tokens of, you let me pay for your hair, baby. Let me pay for your nails, baby. Now these motherfuckers is asking you before you even get a chance to ask them. Like, you can't even. The day of the sob story is over.
Yeah, that shit.
They not. Yeah, these dudes nowadays. I'm telling you, you might be one of the few, but these dudes nowadays, like, a dude asked me for. I'm sorry, I know I ain't talked to him in a while, but this dude asked me for $29 to pay his light bill.
They actually put $29.99.
$29.99. It was $29.09.
Yeah,
$29.09.
Did you give it to him?
He asked me for $29.09. Let me say this. Okay, so he asked me for $29. But my thoughts was, because
I don't need cable if you can't pay it.
But it was his light bill. So my thoughts was, I don't know about nobody else, but I would use my last dollar to pay my light bill.
That's the first
as long after rent,
the light bill,
the utilities.
Bill.
Yes. Yeah. So if you asking me for $29 to pay your light bill, that means that you don't have nothing else.
Yeah, you're not managing well.
Right. And let me say this, because there's nothing wrong. Everybody needs some help sometime. Right. But he ain't even took me on my first date. He ain't even took me out for the first time. Oh, he
already in your purse.
He was already. And then have the nerve to ghost me.
You say, because you didn't get the money?
Yes.
I mean, you know, you got people out there like that. They call users. I call them energy vampires. You know what I'm saying? They just want to soak up all your energy. I mean, you know, good vibes, positive thoughts. You know, they want to take all that away from you. And believe it or not, the young lady that I was married to, she was like that. You know, whenever I was feeling down, she would be happy. But whenever I would try to pick myself up, you know, go take a shower, put some deodorant on, perfume, cologne, whatever, you know, get cleaned up to just walk outside. Where you going all dressed like that? You know, shit like that, you know, and it took me a while because I was in love with her to see what she was doing, because I was blinded by my feelings, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad because my reality is it I won't say it made me a harder person, but it toughened me up for, like you say, the sob stories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit don't matter. When you get through crying, we still got to deal with this. You hear me?
Like Ava said, guys nowadays, they will send you a cash out request. I just feel like, I'm telling you, this the truth, because these guys, they don't have, it's no pride anymore. It's no pride. I just feel like the pride is gone when it comes to, I'm going to start at the top. The black pride is gone. Okay, I feel like, and this is just my opinion. Y'all might not agree with me, but I feel like black pride is not the way it used to be. It used to be, and then like back in the day, I remember the barbershop used to be the hair salon used to be the cornerstone of the neighborhood. Right. You can go in the barbershop or the hair salon and y'all talking about politics, y'all trading recipes, y'all talking about sports, y'all talking about everything. That's where a lot of black males, had their father figures or learned a lot just sitting there being right. Oh, but the thing about it is that now we're gonna start off at the barbershop. These kids now walking around with their hair nappy than a motherfucker. They ain't even going to no goddamn barbershop, okay? They don't even, they don't go and get the edges done. They don't do nothing. It's like they want to look like they just got out of a bed, and then they want to wonder why they, look how how you looking. Ain't nobody gonna hire you. Like they gonna think that you gonna rob the joint close to closing time. Like what the fuck?
Well,
They'll get an edge up with everybody.
yeah, as you can tell, I let my hair grow, but last time I got a haircut, I think haircuts were like $10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I remember when they were like $7 for a boy's haircut. Just a regular one guy go all over, even it up, and edge up with $7.
They charging more than that. They charging since the pandemic. They charging like in Detroit. I know they charging like $40, $50 and shit like that.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, like with you, okay, you got your hair long. That's what it is. Whatever. You have credentials behind your name. You have blazed a little bit of a trail of who you are, what you got. You got
Right.
a degree. You got time. I heard you say something about the military or whatever.
Right.
And then you keep your face nice and neat and everything. You don't walk around with your pants all the way down to your damn knees. So people can say, okay, that's just a preference for him. It's not like you just don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like these women nowadays, the women, they don't even care. It's like they kind and y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this. My show, we started out, my mouth was absolutely horrible, but I'm trying to do a little bit better.
You are.
I am, because
I remember that mouth.
yeah, I'm trying to. And a lot of niggas do remember this mouth too, okay? I'm just gonna put out there. A lot of them do, okay?
Yeah.
Right? But I mean, not a lot, just a couple. Not a lot. I'm just, let me retract that.
Devil,
Right?
yeah,
Not a lot.
the devil. Too hard to
Right?
Yesterday in Dallas was definitely bonnet day for me because everywhere I went, I saw people yesterday I was so annoyed at how many bonnets I saw on young ladies out in the public. So the last one that got me was the chick. I'm at the gas station. I'm looking down. I look up. She dancing in front of my car, and you can tell she was really, really cute, right?
Like in front of your car,
Yeah,
like
because
for you?
No, I don't think it was for me because her car was right here with the music on, right? But I'm staring at her, and I'm amazed because as she thought she was cute, she had this bonnet on. Right, and she probably thought it was even cuter because the bonnet had rhinestones. And I was like, you take it off.
But you know what?
It's just like, what are the little hush puppies that the women wearing? What they call Uggs? You know, they putting on the little shorts, the little volleyball shorts with the fuzzy high shoes and shit. You know, it's like a thing for the millennials now.
You know,
it's almost a sign of defiance.
But right, but you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all this. What I travel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was more so when I traveled. I haven't traveled Spirit Airline now. I have nothing against Spirit, but I haven't traveled Spirit since before the pandemic.
Shout out to Spirit.
Right, but yes, I know. People love Spirit. Right, people love Spirit. They make you pay for everything, and I be feeling like when you doing all that, you might as well just fly Delta. And get you some points. You know what I'm saying? Make that shit count. Right. But the thing about it is, when I used to fly Spirit, especially like when you got flights that are going to Vegas and to Miami and all that. I remember I was going to Vegas. These girls got on the plane. They had bonnets on. They had full-size pillows and full-size comforters. They was walking on the plane with their pajamas on.
I mean,
but the thing about it is, though, what happened to a Snuggie or some shit like that, or dress warm? Like these, and mind you, these same girls,
airplane blankets that don't look like you can put it in a bag.
These girls have full size comforters walking on the plane, and then one girl had to go to the bathroom. And they was like to the end, like they was about to close the doors. They was like, you can't let my shit come on, Kalisha, come on. Like
you was embarrassed.
I was so embarrassed to be black at that moment.
So
I'm telling you.
when you see them, I went in the post office the other day. I ain't gonna say what city, because she's probably the only black girl in there. But she's in the post office, she's working, and she's so loud and just get out like, who broke my heater? Y'all, my heater was working 2 days ago, and what y'all knocked it on the floor? I mean, I'm just saying, it's not. I was like, oh my God.
You can get away with
The
that
post
stuff.
office is big as this room, though.
She was in Forney.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You
She was
already
in
know.
Forney,
So
Texas.
you already know.
Right,
The
okay.
post office is not that big. And so you in there, the other two white people, they helping people, and you over in the corner, and she going ham about. I was
Anita.
so in bed, like, okay, I get it. Maybe something happened to it. You want to do it right now in front of all the customers?
Absolutely.
But you know what? That, like I said, that just goes back to when it was Pride. So that is what I am hoping, and it's all coming full circle right now. That is one of the things that I am feeling so optimistic about Black History Month this year, is that it seems like people are getting some kind of pride back. They are being proud of their heritage and the people that came before us, because listen, we have been an underdog for so long, y'all, that it's time that we start celebrating our accomplishments, because nobody else is going to celebrate them for us.
That is so true.
I just did a post the other day, and I and it was really like an experiment, to be completely honest, not meaning that it wasn't sincere. But I did a post the other day, and I just was thanking Black men, and it was like, dear Black men, I want you to know that you are appreciated.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing about it
Absolutely.
is, if you had just went through the comments to see how many people were saying, I really needed to hear that today.
Yeah.
It was amazing to me.
Yeah.
We forget.
That's
Yes.
We forget that y'all are human too.
I'm going to speak on it. I mean, from a man's perspective, I'm not speaking for all men, but we just want respect. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and if y'all involved in a relationship, I'm going to give you the God honest truth. Just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's such a thing as just comfortable silence. I
Oh, okay,
you know
I
what I'm
understand.
saying?
I thought you
We
were saying
don't-
like, shut up.
Yeah, because I was trying.
Yeah,
Get
y'all
my
ready to
face.
fight, huh?
Yeah, I was about to be
But
like,
see,
wait a
I
minute
mean,
here,
I'm
old
saying
man.
though, you don't always. I mean, if we're not talking, you don't have to ask us what's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay. Because
Yeah,
when y'all
we
say
just
nothing,
chilling.
y'all mean nothing.
Yeah, it's not. It's no big deal. But then women, want to make everything bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I've heard that before.
You know,
Yeah,
I've
we
heard
heard
that men can come in from work, and they sometimes need a little bit of time to decompress and allow them. That's hence the man cave and stuff like that. Yeah. So.
No, men and women, we do communicate different.
Yes,
right?
we do.
Right.
Do. We think about things different. Y'all are better at putting things in compartments.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you say nothing, right, I'm at this very moment, I'm thinking about nothing. Right. We find that unbelievable because no way, you gotta be thinking about something.
And that's
the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
And another thing is that we as women, when we come in from a long day at work, we want you to say, well, how was your day?
We do.
Right. And that goes to a whole other conversation. But what I
Yeah.
wanted to say was that, a lot of people out here, a lot of people just want to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's the problem. That's the reason why you had a young lady at the post office that's so loud, because she wants to make sure
that
everybody see her.
That's just that's what my mama used to say. I see you.
Yeah.
These people see you.
Sit your ass down.
Right. And
You know
my
what I'm saying?
mama used to tell us, y'all, I'm telling you, mama and my sister can attest to this. My sister can attest to this. My mama used to say, these people see you. She was like, she was
That's
like,
the problem with
she
the
said,
black
if you
family.
just be quiet, they'll see you, because then they're going to say, look at that little quiet girl over there. She
did
over
you
there
notice
looking so nice and cute.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
They'll say somebody, oh, I like your crochet top.
Right.
They'll find a reason to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're not patient enough for that.
No.
We got to be seen right now when we want to.
That's the society we live in.
Yeah.
We got to
Look how
change
many
that.
people throwing away their life to be on TV. Just
True.
to be on TV.
Oh, for the money, for the bag.
If it's the bag, though. Look what Chrisette Michelle did. She did all that singing for Donald Trump, and she didn't even get the bag she thought she was going to get to do it. Like, some people just want to be out.
Let me say this, and this is to Chrisette Michelle. You made the wrong decision, sister. Let me tell you, don't go over there with them and then try to come on back with us. No, stay on over there, right?
Your black card is
But
being
so
out.
many people we live in society, people just want to be seen. It's like, to your point, they just want to be
They
seen
do.
at all costs. I want you to know my name. I want to be famous at all costs. That's why you got reality TV on the rise. And while I will watch reality TV when we watch it tonight.
No,
It's there. I love it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I sit back like this is look.
Yeah, you're an attention whore.
Yes,
Right.
You know what I'm
exactly what
So,
it
yeah,
is.
because I'm telling you, the worse you are, the more attention that you
will
get.
get.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm telling you, y'all. I promise you, it's be like I could do a video and I could be talking straight up bullshit, and it'll get more views, more likes,
Especially
more
if you
shares
naked.
than anything.
Especially if you're naked.
Right? Yes. That's
You know
the
what I'm
honest to
saying?
God truth. No, but I will if y'all gonna share it. But anyway, but if I say something positive,
They
if
don't wanna
I
hear that
they
shit.
not and
Turn the channel.
but I appreciate you women that share my posts. Everybody, I want to appreciate. I want to let y'all know that I appreciate y'all so much. This week, my supporters have showed up and showed out. They have been sharing. I've been getting stars. I want to say thank you for everything. And then listen, I want to say this real quick before we get out of here. So listen, y'all. This is it's called Berkshire, y'all. It is a wine that this guy is from here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He has a black wine line, y'all. Please, y'all, look him up. When I tell y'all this wine is superb, and like just say for instance, no, we're not opening my wine. And just say for instance, like y'all be trying that Stella Rosa.
Yeah.
This is better than Stella Rosa, and Stella Rosa has a 5% alcohol content. This has 8. This has an 8%. The bottle was $24
For one bottle.
Yeah, for one bottle.
It's kinda steep.
But it's really good. It's really good. He has different kinds. Please, y'all, check this guy out. Let him know that the Bald Head Truth Show sent y'all. I am going to be going over there next weekend because y'all shut up. Hello? We still on.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna be going over there next week and I'm gonna be talking to him. I'm gonna do a little bit of a commercial with him and everything. But I want y'all to check this dude out. Berkshire. This guy was standing on his feet out there selling his wine because one thing, he believed in his product, and the passion that I have inside of me, I saw that in his eyes. The same way that I want this podcast to take off, the same way I want my Bald Head Truthisms to go viral, I saw that same passion in him. And because what I saw in him, I want for him the same thing that I want for myself. And I just want y'all to please go and support him and just let him know that, give him a play if y'all can. Give him some kind of play, y'all. I'm asking y'all to do that. We're going to get ready to wrap it up, y'all. I want to thank my fans for coming back on. It was so nice to have you on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
This was very really long time.
It has.
Yes. And I want to say thank you, KG. This was such an impromptu thing, but I wanted you to come on because the topic was basically something that I got when I was talking about you.
Okay.
And once again, everybody, I want to say thank you for sharing. I want to say thank you for all the people that have been sending me stars on Facebook and everything. I got me a couple of dollars, y'all. I'll be able to go buy me a soda in a minute. So, y'all, I really
comment and share her page.
Yes, share. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to I want y'all to share, go to YouTube, Simply the Bald Head Truth, and please share it from YouTube. I really appreciate it. If y'all could just share my stuff. Yeah. Listen.
It's not hard.
I used to get my ass whooped for talking in school, and this is what I love to do. It's therapeutic for me. Right. And also, I'm going to say this too before I get out of here. I want you guys to be aware of mental health. Y'all, I'm telling you, mental health is so very important right now. Check on your people. If you haven't heard from them in a while, don't take for granted that they're just busy or you know that they're eventually going to call. They may be going through something. I walked into my apartment today and I looked at it and I said, I can tell that I've been suffering from depression because everything was in disarray. I'm trying to get myself back together. I feel like I'm seeing the light of day, but it's still there, y'all. Yeah. So please check on your people, check on your friends, know that mental health is real. And not last, but definitely not least, if you guys have not scheduled your mammogram, make sure that you schedule a mammogram. Go let somebody fill on them titties.
Fill on them.
Yes, get a mammogram.
Just got mine.
Yes, get a mammogram and an ultrasound. Y'all make sure.
Right like that.
It is very important. All right, y'all. That has been another episode of Red Couch Conversations. I want to say thank you once again for coming on to the show. Hopefully you will come back.
I will come back. Listen, the setup is great. It's so different, right?
Yes.
Because usually we would have right here would be like one of our tablets, a phone over here. I got 3 tripods, I think, from that time. So this is pretty cool. I will absolutely come back. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
All right. Bye.